Here's the hard truth nobody tells you. Women don't want a man who chases after them. They want a man they feel the need to chase. A man who demands respect without even having to say a word. The moment you start chasing her, you put yourself beneath her. And when she senses that, the attraction fades. But if you turn the tables and show her you're not playing by her rules, she'll come running back to you. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how to make that happen. It's time to flip the power dynamic and make her fight for a place in your life. We've all been fed the same lie, that the harder you try, the more she'll love you. But the truth? The more effort you put in, the faster she pulls away. Let me ask you, how many times have you seen guys overdo it? Planning extravagant dates, constantly texting, buying gifts, only for the girl to lose interest? That's because the more you give, the less she values it. Think about it. When was the last time you truly valued something handed to you for free? It's the pursuit that makes things valuable. And when you stop chasing her, you become a challenge, a prize worth fighting for. This is your moment to shift the dynamic entirely. Let's jump right into step number 1, understanding why she pulled back. Before we even talk tactics, you need to know why she's pulling away in the first place. This isn't random, there's always a reason. Women don't just lose interest out of nowhere. It all boils down to power dynamics. When a woman feels like she has too much control in the relationship, the attraction fades. It's not something she decides consciously, it's just human nature. If she feels like she's got you wrapped around her finger, she'll get bored. And once boredom sets in, she'll start looking elsewhere. Here's the cold truth: people don't value what comes too easily. It's a universal rule, and relationships are no exception. If you've been too available, overly eager, or too quick to respond, you've already lost some of your value in her eyes. Think about it. If she knows you'll always pick up the phone, always drop everything for her, why should she work to keep your attention? She starts to take you for granted. And the moment she feels like she doesn't have to earn your time or attention, she pulls back. Let me break it down for you. Women constantly test men, often without even realizing it. These tests show up as her pulling back, acting distant, or suddenly going cold. It's her way of figuring out how much control she has over you. If you react by chasing her, blowing up her phone, or scrambling to fix things, you're telling her she's in charge. And that's when the attraction dies. Picture this: you've been dating for a few months, and suddenly, she starts taking hours, or even days, to reply to your texts. At first, you brush it off, but eventually, it's clear something's off. Your instinct tells you to fix things, to send her a sweet message or surprise her with something thoughtful. But here's what you need to understand. The second you give her that validation, you lose even more ground. This isn't about surface-level fixes, it's about completely resetting the power dynamic. Number 2, emotional detachment. Now that you understand why she's pulling back, it's time to introduce your most powerful weapon, emotional detachment. When you emotionally pull back, you create space for her to miss you. The moment you stop caring so much, she'll start caring more. And this isn't about playing mind games, it's about reclaiming your power and earning her respect without saying a word. Emotional detachment is a game changer. Most guys mess this up because they're afraid that showing less interest will make her leave for good. But here's the paradox. When you stop being so available, stop overanalyzing her every move, and stop seeking her approval, you become attractive again. Think back to a time when you desperately wanted something you couldn't have, a job, a deal, or even attention from someone. That feeling of wanting it more just because it was out of reach? That's exactly what happens to her when you pull back. You need to act like her pulling away doesn't bother you at all. No texts. No calls. No checking her Instagram stories. You disappear. Why? Because your silence says more than any words ever could. The second she feels your absence, she starts thinking about you again. She wonders if she made a mistake. She wonders if you're seeing someone else. She wonders if you've already moved on. And that's when the dynamic shifts. In today's hyper-connected world, everyone is always online. Social media, texting, FaceTime, it's nearly impossible to go a day without knowing what someone's up to. But that's why emotional detachment is so powerful. When you're not reacting to her posts, not engaging with her updates, she feels your absence in a way that's impossible to ignore. Number 3, avoiding common mistakes. This is where most guys mess up. They panic when they don't hear from her, and that's when the mistakes start. They send a text. They comment on her Instagram. They ask mutual friends about her. These might seem like harmless moves, but every single one of them kills your chances of getting her back. Most guys can't handle the silence. They think, I'll just send one message to check in. But here's the reality. That one message is all it takes to ruin everything. Why? Because the moment you reach out, you're telling her you're still thinking about her. You're letting her know she still has control. And the second she senses that, you lose all the power you've built. Imagine this, she posts a stunning picture on Instagram, maybe even a little provocative. Your instinct? To like it, comment on it, or slide into her DMs to compliment her. But guess what? That's exactly what she's hoping for. She's baiting you, fishing for your attention. And when you bite, you're proving that you're still hooked. Here's the problem. When you engage with her posts, you're giving her the validation she craves, without making her earn it. She gets to feel wanted and desirable, but she doesn't have to do anything to deserve your attention. That's why you need to ignore it all. No likes. No comments. No DMs. Let her wonder why you haven't reacted. Let her miss you. Number 4, the power of no contact. Now we're diving into one of the most effective strategies, the no contact rule. This is where you go completely silent. No texts, no calls, no just checking in. You vanish from her life entirely, and this is what flips the switch in her mind. No contact is like psychological warfare. Women are used to men who can't handle the silence. They expect you to chase, to reach out, to keep the conversation alive. But when you don't do any of that, it throws them off completely. Suddenly, she's no longer the one in control. You are. And then, the questions start. Did you lose interest? Are you seeing someone else? This fear of losing you begins to drive her crazy. For the next 30 days, you become a ghost. No texting, no calling, no interaction of any kind, not even a casual "Hey, how are you?" And I won't lie, this will be the hardest part. Most guys struggle with the silence. They get impatient and start thinking, what if she moves on? But here's the truth. The longer you stay silent, the more she'll miss you. In today's world, everyone is constantly connected. People are always texting, snapping, DMing, it's non-stop. But when you go dark, when she has no idea what you're doing, who you're with, or where you've been, it creates a void. And that void is exactly what makes her realize what she's missing. She'll start wondering. And eventually, that curiosity will turn into action. She'll reach out. Number 5. How to stay focused during the pullback. Most guys make the mistake of obsessing over when she'll reach out. They're glued to their phones, checking every 5 minutes. But that's not what no contact is about. The goal isn't to sit around waiting for her. The goal is to focus on you. During no contact, you should be improving yourself in every possible way. Hit the gym. Work on your business. Learn new skills. This is your chance to become the best version of yourself. You're not just waiting for her to come back. You're giving her a reason to want to come back by becoming the kind of man she can't resist when she finally reaches out. You don't want to be the same guy she walked away from. You want to become someone new. Stronger. More confident. More successful. This isn't just about making her miss you, it's about leveling up your life. So when she does come back, you're the prize. Think about some of the most successful men in the world. Many of them reached their peak after a major setback, a breakup, a failure, or a loss. They used that pain as motivation to grow and become better. That's exactly what you need to do. When she sees the transformation, when she sees that you've built a life that's bigger, better, and more fulfilling, she'll want to be a part of it. Number 6. Use heartbreak as fuel. Heartbreak hurts, there's no denying that. But it's also one of the most powerful fuels you'll ever have. Every time you feel the urge to text her, or the sting of rejection, use it to push yourself harder. Most men waste heartbreak by drowning in self-pity. This is your chance to turn it into your greatest weapon. Heartbreak doesn't have to break you, it can build you. This is the moment you turn your pain into power. Heartbreak can either destroy you or make you stronger. The choice is yours. You can sit around feeling sorry for yourself, replaying old conversations, stalking her on social media, and wondering what went wrong. Or you can channel that pain into becoming a stronger, more successful version of yourself. And trust me, when she sees who you've become, she'll regret ever pulling away. Every time you feel that urge to reach out, or that ache of loss, remind yourself, this is a defining moment. This is where most men give up. But you're not most men. Remind yourself that you're better than this. You won't let heartbreak destroy you. You'll use it to build yourself. Turn that pain into motivation, hit the gym harder, work longer, improve every area of your life. The best revenge isn't winning her back, it's becoming the man she regrets losing. And here's the truth. Women always come back. Maybe it'll take weeks, months, or even years, but when they see you've leveled up, they always circle back. But the goal here isn't to make her regret leaving, even though she will. The goal is to elevate yourself so high that her actions no longer affect you. When you turn heartbreak into personal growth, you don't just win her back, you win at life. Some of the most successful men in history used heartbreak as their fuel for greatness. Look at athletes, business moguls, even public figures. Many of them faced rejection or loss that drove them to reach the next level. This is your chance. Don't let the pain defeat you. Let it drive you to become unstoppable. While most men waste time binging Netflix or chasing other women to fill the void, winners channel their pain into productivity. Every hour spent feeling sorry for yourself is an hour you could spend improving your life. Instead of thinking about her, think about what you can do today to move one step closer to your goals. Number 7. Building emotional strength. This isn't just about getting her back. It's about building emotional strength so no one, not her or anyone else, can ever control you again. You need to become emotionally bulletproof, unshakable, grounded in who you are as a man. Because the stronger you are emotionally, the less you'll depend on external validation. And the less you rely on validation, the more attractive you become, not just to women, but to everyone around you. Emotional strength is the foundation of every successful relationship and every achievement in life. Without it, you're constantly swayed by what others think, say, or do. Without it, every little test or pullback feels like a personal attack. But when you're emotionally strong, you rise above it. You become the kind of man who controls his emotions instead of letting others dictate them. And that's the key to long-term attraction. Women are naturally drawn to men who stay calm, composed, and grounded even when things feel chaotic. You have to practice emotional detachment in every part of your life. That doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you stop reacting to everything. You don't let her mood swings, silence, or pullbacks control your emotions. You stay steady, and when you do, something powerful happens. You become the rock she can depend on. You become the man who's unshakable in the face of challenges, and that makes you irresistible. Think about the most successful men in the world. They don't get thrown off course by every obstacle or setback. They stay calm under pressure, and that's why they succeed. It's the same in relationships. When she tests you, when she pulls back, or when her emotions run high, you stay composed. You don't react emotionally because you know your value doesn't come from her approval, it comes from within. The next time she pulls back or tries to test you, don't react. Don't blow up her phone. Don't try to fix things. Stay calm. Focus on yourself. Show her that her behavior doesn't control you. This is what separates the men who win in relationships from the men who lose. Emotional strength is your shield, and once you master it, no one, not her or anyone else, will ever have power over you again. Number 8. Making her miss you. Here's the secret to making her miss you: stop giving her attention. Stop validating her. When you pull back, she'll start missing you because you're no longer readily available. In a world where everyone is constantly connected, your absence sends the loudest message. It's true, absence makes the heart grow fonder. When you're always around, always accessible, she doesn't have the chance to miss you. But when you go silent, when you remove yourself from her life, she begins to feel that void. That's when she starts missing you. Women, especially today, are surrounded by attention. Likes on social media, texts from guys, compliments, it's everywhere. But all of that is just noise. When you go silent, you cut through that noise. She starts wondering, why isn't he texting me? Why isn't he liking my pictures? What's going on? That silence creates mystery, and mystery fuels attraction. Think about it this way. If you're the guy who's always reacting to her posts, liking her photos, and commenting on her stories, you might think you're showing interest. But to her, you're just another guy looking for her attention. When you stop reacting, when you don't like her latest selfie or comment on her new post, she notices. It's human nature, the less attention you give, the more valuable it becomes. She'll start questioning why you're not giving her the validation she's used to. And that's when the magic happens. Maybe she posts a story of herself out with friends, laughing and having fun. She's used to you sending a "looks like a great time" message. But this time, you don't. You don't react. You don't even watch her story. In her mind, she's thinking, did I lose him? Is he seeing someone else? That uncertainty is powerful. It gets under her skin. The longer she doesn't hear from you, the more she starts to miss you. If she tries to grab your attention with thirst traps or indirect messages on social media, stay cool. Don't engage. Let her feel that you're out of reach. Your lack of reaction will drive her crazy, and she'll think about you more than ever. In today's era of constant communication, your silence is golden. When she realizes she can't get your attention like before, she'll start chasing after you, trying to figure out what changed. Remember, this is about flipping the script. In a world where everyone is always connected, you'll stand out by being the one who isn't. When you stop showing up in her notifications, you're no longer part of the noise. You become the silence she can't ignore. And that silence? It's the most powerful tool you have to make her miss you. Number 9. What to do when she reaches out. When she finally reaches out, stay calm and composed. Avoid falling back into the same patterns that made her pull away in the first place. This is your chance to show her you've grown. You're no longer the guy hanging on her every word. Keep your response short, confident, and make her earn your attention. The key here is not to come across as overly eager. When she reaches out, she's testing the waters. She might miss you, feel curious, or just want validation. But no matter the reason, the worst thing you can do is respond instantly with a long emotional message. If you do, she'll see that she still holds all the power. Instead, stay composed and in control. Show her you're doing great without her, and that your attention is something she needs to work for. Here's a simple example. If she texts, "Hey, how have you been?" don't respond right away. Wait a few hours, maybe even a day. When you do reply, keep it casual and to the point. "I've been good. Busy with some projects. How about you?" Notice you're not giving her any emotional leverage. You're simply stating you're busy and moving forward with your life. This keeps her wondering if she still has a place in your world. By delaying your response and keeping it brief, you're sending a message: your life no longer revolves around her. She'll start to wonder, has he moved on? Is he seeing someone else? Why isn't he as interested anymore? This uncertainty is what keeps her intrigued. It also makes her realize she no longer has control over you. But here's the important part: don't slip back into old habits. It's tempting to rekindle things quickly, especially if she seems interested. But this is about resetting the power dynamic. Let her come to you. Let her work to regain your attention. Respond when necessary, but keep the focus on your goals and your life. If she suggests meeting up or says, "I miss you," resist the urge to jump at the opportunity. Play it cool. Say something like, "Yeah, maybe. I've got a lot going on this week, but we'll see." This puts you in control. You're showing her she's no longer your top priority, and that's a powerful message. You're making it clear she has to fit into your schedule, not the other way around. Women are naturally drawn to men with purpose and direction. When she sees you're not dropping everything for her, it sends a clear signal. You have a life, and she's no longer the center of it. This shift in dynamic makes you more attractive. Now, she has to work to earn your time and attention. It also shows emotional strength and independence, traits women find irresistible. Don't tell her how much you've missed her or how hard it's been without her. Even if you've been thinking about her, keep that to yourself. Stay focused on self-improvement and let her see the better version of you. A version that doesn't need her validation to feel whole. Number 10. Reinstate boundaries and power dynamics. Once she's back, the dynamic must shift completely. You can't let things return to how they were, with her holding all the power. This time, the rules are different. She needs to know you're no longer the guy who chases. If she wants to stay in your life, she'll have to respect your boundaries. The only way this works is on your terms, not hers. When she reaches out, don't just welcome her back like nothing happened. You need to reset the dynamic and show her you're the one in control now. Let her see you've changed. You're no longer at her beck and call, ready to respond to her every whim. She'll expect the old you, the one who was always available. But what she needs to find is a man who values himself above all else. Here's the deal. If she wants to come back into your life, she has to earn that spot. She doesn't get the same access she once had. If she used to be your main priority, she's not anymore. She needs to prove herself this time. Show that she values your time and respects your boundaries. You have to communicate these boundaries calmly and clearly. Don't be defensive or aggressive. Simply let her know that things are different now. If she wants to be part of your life, she'll need to respect this new dynamic. Make it clear that her past behavior won't be tolerated. You're not the man she walked away from, you've evolved. And if she wants to be with you, she'll need to rise to your level. When she reaches out, don't dive into long conversations or rush to make plans. Keep things light, controlled, and on your terms. If she asks to meet, let her know you're busy and will get back to her when it works for you. This shows her that your time is valuable and she can't expect you to be available whenever she wants. Consistency is key. Boundaries only work if you stick to them. If she tries to test you again by playing games or pulling away, you need to stand firm. She has to understand that crossing the line means losing you for good. No more second chances. This is about respect. If she can't give you that, she doesn't deserve your time or energy. She needs to see that you've transformed into a man of high value. Someone who doesn't tolerate disrespect or games. By enforcing boundaries, you command her respect and maintain balance in the relationship. If she wants to stay in your life, she's going to have to work for it. And that's how you keep the upper hand. But this isn't just about winning her back. It's about becoming the kind of man who doesn't need to chase. You are the prize. You're the one in control. By focusing on your growth, setting boundaries, and mastering emotional strength, you've changed the game entirely. She'll come back because now you're a challenge, a man she can't easily control. But the real power isn't in making her return. It's in becoming the kind of man who can walk away if she doesn't rise to your level. This journey isn't just about fixing a broken relationship, it's about fixing yourself. When you put in the effort to grow and elevate your life, everything changes. You won't just have one woman seeking your attention. You'll have options. And that's what makes you unstoppable. You're no longer the guy begging for approval, you're the man who earns respect effortlessly. She'll notice. Everyone will notice. And when she comes crawling back, it won't even matter if you take her back or not. Because by then, you'll have become the kind of man who's in control of his own destiny. That is what truly matters. Now it's time to act. This isn't just another video to watch and forget. This is your wake-up call. If you're serious about taking control of your life, it starts today. Don't sit back and let the same patterns define your relationships. It's time to become the high-value man you were always meant to be. If you're ready to turn pain into power, stop chasing, and start living on your own terms, hit that subscribe button now. This channel is your go-to for the tools, mindset, and strategies to elevate every part of your life. Did this video resonate with you? If even one piece of advice struck a chord, share it with someone stuck in the same cycle. Don't wait for change, create it. Becoming the man who commands respect and attention starts right here.